Welcome to Sampstra Games, the place to find new strategy games, and welcome to my All Objectives Complete guide on Unity of Command 2. This time I'm going to be doing Tunis. So first up, let's go to the battle preparation, then I'll tell you the overall tactics. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to move the supply hubs a little bit forward. And this doesn't seem like much of a change, but actually does help out because you don't have to worry too much about having your units unsupplied. Next up, another thing I like to do is I like to place the HQ onto the same place as the supply hubs. There are a couple of benefits to it. First of all, you only have to protect one spot instead of two from the enemy. Second is that simply the presence of an HQ increases the movement required to move onto the position. It's +3. Thirdly, what I'm going to do, and this I highly recommend, is that you're going to buy some artillery specialists. It costs 25 prestige for artillery specialists, and we're going to buy 3 total. The artillery specialist is this purple thing with the yellow dot in the middle, as you can see on the screen. You want to make sure that the 4 units up top all have artillery. In my case, 2 of them already have one. And then on the bottom, you want to have 1 more artillery so that the bottom right 2 units have artillery. Next up, you also want to make sure that you deploy any reserves. These are free units that you have. Deploy them to the units that you have. So this is going to give you an additional step to the units that you have. You want to make sure that you focus on the unit next to Longstop Hill, and then on the bottom you're going to put it wherever you can. Now next up, let me tell you the tactics. So the first thing you need to take is along Stop Hill, and then your aim is going to be to go through here and push through. You want to go as wide as possible. Then down here, your tactic is going to be to up here. Now here, you don't want to go wide. You don't want to focus on killing any of these people. You want to leave them alone. Instead, you want to push through up over here. Now, once you do that, your aim is going to be to connect it up. So you want to move some of your units over here and these units from up there. And as a result, this entire group of enemies is going to be out of supply. Now, if you can keep them out of supply for at least 2 turns, they cannot hurt you, which means that the only thing you have to worry about is their movement, so they do not take a step into your supply hubs. So you only need to take like a few units and utilize the zone of control to ensure that that doesn't happen. So you're going to be fairly easily done through this. Now up here, there's only one hex that's important, and that's this one. You need to get a unit onto this hex and hold it, because if you can manage to do that, once you move upwards through here, you will again surround this entire group of people, which is going to make it much easier for you to take over Meteor. So once both this group and this group is surrounded and out of supply, your next aim will be to take over Tunis, Bizerte, and Calabria. Now when it comes to Calabria, a really important thing here is that it takes a lot of movement. Now this area is very difficult to move through. There are a lot of weird terrain things. So what you will need to do is you will need to make sure that you have a lot of units ready with a lot of movement. Ideally, you want to save up at least 1 tank so you can move through over here to take over Calabria. Now another tip here, I want to give you like a general tip, is to try to hide your tanks, as your tanks don't really have many steps as opposed to your regular infantry, and the enemy likes to destroy them, and you're going to need the tanks to have a high amount of movement. Alright, so now that I've talked to you enough about it, let's start. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go with an airstrike attack on the unit on Longstop Hill. Then we're going to continue with the suppressive attack. And then you just want to move your other units like this thing and other units forward. Like I said in the strategy, we just want to push through, take as much hexes as possible, as many hexes as possible. And next up, we're going to move through with our tank and do a suppressive fire. Now some tanks allow you to do that, so you want to make sure that you utilize that when you can. Another attacks we're doing is essentially just basic 0-2 attacks. 1-1 is also fine, like 0-2 attacks and 1-1, you don't really want to waste anything else. Right, now we're going to focus on the right bottom here. It's important that you use suppressive fire and not a set piece attack, because if you use the set piece attack, you wouldn't be able to move after the attack, which could be a problem. That's why you want to use some of your other units instead. Now moving there with a different unit and using a feint attack because I can. Essentially, just want to pick whatever units you can and do some kind of damage. You do not need to focus on the other soldiers around, just on that particular unit. Now I'm trying to take these 2 sort of reinforcements and move them up in the middle. We're going to do the main push. Now I am doing this sort of conversation post, so I apologize if it doesn't perfectly line up. Now up here you want to use all of your suppressive fire abilities. That's why you bought the artillery, and this in the result should allow you to upgrade your HQ a lot, which you always want to focus when you're upgrading the HQ on getting more points, as that will really help you out up here. So you can see I'm using suppressive fire with essentially all of my units, or whenever I can, on the enemies, and I've got my upgrade right now. At this point, I still have some points in the British First Army HQ, so I'm actually building a bridge now. This is pretty cool on this map because there are a lot of places that are really hard to move through because there's like a different terrain, so it can be a good idea to place a bridge where I did, just to allow you to kind of push towards the bottom east part where you want to help yourself out. And during the enemy turn, the enemy destroyed my tank. That's okay, that can happen. It's not really a big deal for you. And he's moved up towards the hex above Meteor. That kind of matters for us, so we want to watch out for that. Otherwise, he's just resupplying his units. He's just like adding some steps, deploying some additional steps to his units, which is fine. Don't have to worry about that. If I continue our push on the right bottom. And like I said before, you want to use different kind of units that allow you to do either 1-1 or a beneficial attack for you, and essentially just push through. You're willing to sacrifice your units if you need to use some feint attacks, use any kind of special abilities, just make sure that you get through that. You can see I'm kind of fumbling around a little bit trying to figure out, okay, this unit more beneficial than this unit, etc. I can already see some exclamation points on the enemy units in between my British 8th Army and British 1st Army HQ. That's a really good idea. So you have 2 units that are already out of supply for 1 turn. Essentially, we're going to try to get them all out of supply, but we got to work on that still. Now, because we managed to break through to the bottom line on the right, we're trying to now connect up, like we said in the original plan, make sure that all the units down there are going to be unsupplied. And we can't quite manage that on this turn. Again, like I said, because of the movement, because of the fact that it's a river and it's hard to cross the river, we can't quite connect it yet. So we can't step on their supply units, but we're going to be really close, and next time we can do that pretty easily. And now cut back to real-time voiceovers. This creates a connection, which means that all of these guys are going to be unsupplied. It's just going to really help us out when we want to take over Meteor. First thing I'm going to do right now is use some suppressive fire. This. And some more over here. We use some on this tank. I was kind of hoping that would do better damage. In that case, let's continue with guys up here. And we're gonna use some airstrike. I'm thinking on the guys main up in Meteor. Yeah. So that can help us next turn. Now we should be supplied everywhere. Then we want to make sure that we redeploy any stragglers that we get back. Engineers, we don't really need that. One more suppress fire, but nowhere to use it. I'll repair a bridge, but that's not necessary. So I'm gonna hit. Got 2 more turns for Meteor. Now this is actually not half bad for us, because even if they start a tank, we should be able to take Meteor fairly easily. Remember, this is still just turn 3, so we're fairly fine. But we're gonna start our focus on Meteor. Start this off with suppressive fire over here. move in here. Let's do 0-2 on these guys. And again. 1-2. Oh, they're still not moving away. Come on. 1-2. Here we can use suppressive fire on this group. Finish them off. Move forward. Guys will move in that direction. Kind of tempted to move to here. I'm gonna do it. So we could get ready for Berserker. That'd be quite nice. We can move some of these units in this direction to help with Matteo. It doesn't have to be that unit there. We're gonna move these guys here to 1-1 on Tunis. It's also a 1-1. Let me try to help with an airstrike. Didn't do anything. Let's try another one then. Finish these guys off. And step in. So we've got Tunis. So we're way ahead on that. And then we're going to start moving here. And like this. We're going to make sure these guys are unsupplied. And that we are also blocking them, which we are. Now here we're going to be using 1-1. Let's use a feint attack. It doesn't really matter, so we can use either one. Okay, we've used this. We're ready. We've gotten Tunis, and next time we can get material. Now all of these units will be unsupplied for 1 turn. All of these should be unsupplied for 2 turns. Hopefully. Okay, and these guys, they all kind of have to be here. Let's do a 0-2 attack because then we could fall forward. Nice. Not much to do with this tank. I think we're gonna keep it where it is. Can we build some bridges? Because I don't think we can use... Yeah, we don't need to use suppressive fire because these units will be out of... In 2 turns they won't be able to do anything, so we're just not gonna focus on them now. And let's instead build a bridge here to make it easier to pass through. And as usual, make sure you deploy any units that you can. Okay, nothing there. Here, nothing. And here... No one can use suppressive fire up here. I will use the emergency supply on these guys simply because we can. Because we had enough points, so why not? We're gonna end our turn. Alright, Matter is gonna be very easy to break now. That's great. And it's a last turn for it, so we're gonna move with this group, for example. We've moved away, and now we're gonna move like so. And we want to get more command points. I'm gonna move these guys onto Matteo and these guys up because we're gonna need some help up here to do stuff. So I want to move this. Move to here. Get ready. There, I guess. Now, how are we looking here? Okay, so also all of these are out of supply for 1 turn. These are out of supplies for 1 turn as well. So are these. Now, the most difficult thing is gonna be getting to Calabria in time to get it. You know, it's not. The problem is not like killing off these units. It's just the terrain is a little rough. And we need to be able to get there. So ideally I want this tank to move over here so it can help me there. Okay, so we should be fine on this. We're gonna decide what to do here later. Let's focus on Bizarti now. So now this unit is surrounded. So if I try to attack it, it doesn't have anywhere to run away. Which means that we would have to kill it completely. Wonder if we want to focus on killing this unit first. I think we might. Okay, that one. Yeah, that one's not running away because it's and this could move back, and the other thing could move forward. That wouldn't help us. Okay, so we've got. I think we can handle that. We've got 2 turns for this. Let's focus on this. Now it seems like, why are you worrying about this? This is going to be the easy thing. There have been a few times where I've lost because I wasn't paying attention to the fact that I won't have enough movement to get to Calabria, and I was literally had a tank here and couldn't make that step. So do not underestimate the need to move. Trust me. If we're gonna move in here with this, with our group on Tunis, we could do a 0-1 attack, so I guess we'll do it. 0-3 to destroy that tank. Nice. Oh, we've got another one. Okay, 0-2 and it's over. Okay, now another thing we gotta make sure is that all of these things are blocked and they cannot run into my supply. For example, this guy could make a step forward but not two. Step but not two. That's fine. All of these should be fairly well blocked. These guys are blocked as well, and this tank could move there or there, but not through. It should be alright. Okay, we've got some extra abilities. Could we use anything? Let me check my HQ. Suppressive fire on one of these guys. I guess these guys could use suppressive fire on them. And these guys could use suppressive fire on... oh. Faint attack then. Choice. And here... nothing. We could build a bridge. Where though? Oh, we should repair a bridge then. Where though? Never mind. And here we could repair a bridge. Don't know which one. Doesn't matter. So we are going to just, this unit is unsupplied, so let's add, this is fine. So we're gonna add one more supply truck to there. Okay. I told you, getting to Calabria is the problem. Okay, we should be able to insta-kill these guys and they're running away. Then we move the tank. And we move these guys. Move to there, but we can kill. If I use an airstrike here, can I? Yeah, I can destroy this. And then I can move forward. You could only move to here. You... okay, let's use another airstrike on this. But it did not do any damage. Move through there, attack. Now somebody should go to... skip step there and resupply. There are a lot of tanks there left. Okay, let's focus upwards here. 2 to 0. This is 0 to 3. And 0 to 3, so they're gone now. And move these guys forward. These ones are gonna use suppressive fire. Oof. Lower entrenchment then. Yeah, that's better. Do 1-1 attack. Three, 0, 2, 1. Huh? I think I'll take a step back, move to here, and just get ready. We could do 1-1 on these guys, I guess. Yeah, a 0-1 then. Alright, next time we should be fine there. This though. Try to move in that direction with everything we have. Any bridges? There are no bridges here that would help me. I could move the HQ forward under this unit so that we can make sure that these units will be supplied for things we might need, like suppressive attacks and things like that. But yeah, this is now going to be unsupplied, so let's move it this way. Or onto this, I guess. And we're gonna move towards the next. Okay, so they're not doing anything. That's good for us. Now, I moved to here, and I hit it, the tank. The tank has left, and we can now step onto Calabria. We got it. But naval bombardment, which you could actually use up here if you wanted to, but I think we're going to start this off with, we've got 0 to 3 0. So let's start with the 0 2. Okay, it makes them fall back so we can just step over here. And we're done. We did everything we needed. Perfect. Now you can continue attacking and try to get some prisoners to increase your score, but it's not really necessary. So we're going to end the guide here. I've gotten rid of some extra prisoners, and that's it. This is how I do it. So like I said, the most important part is at the beginning. It's a really good idea to buy those artilleries because it's really going to help you out. And then you want to really push through the middle and through the bottom here. And on the top, you need to kind of focus on multiple attacks. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this guide. If you did, run down in the comments, and you can click on the right top to watch my short guides or explain different features in the games like Stragglers. Or you can click on the right bottom to watch my overview of a similar war game called Strategic Mind the Pacific. I'll see you there. Bye bye.